Hey, I'm Kev Gamesko and welcome back to WRC 10 as it's been a while, and in that while we've had a couple of updates released, and that is in October we had a few events added, the 50th anniversary mode, and we had Leap Array added, and we've just had the November update added which introduced the Acropolis Rally and 5 new events for 50th anniversary mode. So we thought it was done. We've got 8 events to catch up on. So let's begin with the events which got added in October. We begin with the Group 4 cars, and we begin in 1980 and the Rally de Portugal. As we're going to be in the classic Fiat Bath 131 with the master, Walter Rule. As the Rally de Portugal was a mainstay of the WRC, it existed before the championship was even created. It's very technical and very taxing on drivers and equipment. Most competitors to race must drive on air, gravel and loose earth. Once the stage has been swept away, subsequent cars face a carpet of stones that push tyres to their limits. In the 1980 season, a fog that threatens to cover the Arganil special stage merely adds to the pressure. Let's be Walter and Christian Geisdorfer. So we've got 9.66 kilometers ahead of us and our 230 horsepower, just over 1,000 kilogram beast, which dominated the 1980 championship. And so here we are then, foggy. Tough conditions for the Bath. Like I said, nothing really stopped Walter Rule in 1980. And the second full season, I guess, of the WRC with the Drivers' and Manufacturers' Championships. As the Drivers' Championship got properly introduced in 79. So we have got to beat a time of 7 minutes 16.153. It's going to take a long time to get through this fog.
4,
Here we go then.
3, 2, 1. We're off. Acute hairpin right over gravel. Into right 5 and left 4 short.
What co-driver's allowed?
Into caution, right 6, hard brake into hairpin left. Into left 4, into right 4 short, narrows.
Might have changed order of levels. I might need to adjust that after this.
And left 3 and right 3, opens, don't cut, 50.
Oh, it feels lively though.
Left 3, small cut, 80. Left 2 and right 4.
Very tricky conditions here.
Into left 4, tightens long over crest.
On a very tricky stage. We got headed for WRC last year. WRC 9 that was.
And right 3 into left 4. Into right 3, don't cut. And left 5 long, tightens 4.
But as long as you keep the car flowing through it, not too bad. Which is easy to do with
And right 5,
quite
narrows,
manageable
and right 3.
horsepower here.
Into left 3, don't cut. And right 3 short. And left 4 and right 3, 80.
And see, just trying to be nice and tidy, not trying to push it too hard.
Left 4, tightens into right 5, 200.
It was something Walter Rule was known for. But he was, as Nicky Lauda said, a master behind the wheel. But just accomplished rally
Right
driver.
1, don't cut. And left 5 short into square right, don't cut.
Also did well on circuits, such as like the 24 Hours on the Nürburgring, and has become renowned
Left
as
5, tightens, rock in, into right 6 long, tightens, 50.
a specialist driving the Porsche round there in recent years. Well, this century.
Left 5 over crest, rock in, into right 6 long, over jump. And left 4, small cut, rock out, 150 over crest.
Oh, we might need to see where we're going. Well, Wall's a very interesting driver.
Left 5,
He's
tightens, and right 5, medium.
someone who's maybe just disappeared in the background of
And flat
WRC
left over crest,
history.
small,
Like,
into
I'm
right 5,
sure the
very long.
people from the 70s, 80s who saw him drive will say, what are you talking about? But if you think of the champions of the WRC now,
Left
was
5, hard brake,
someone like me who
acute
came
hairpin
along in the
left,
90s and later, we
right
don't
5, downhill, 100.
really remember the drivers of the 70s and 80s. They haven't really been just like the odd drivers like an Ari Vassilin or a Henry Mikkel who sadly passed away this year, like we might know about. But apart from that, there's
Left 5, medium, 200.
Not many from this period that are renowned. Maybe Michelle Mouton as well, of course.
Right 5.
So it stands out and is still involved, the WRC now as well.
Left 6, medium and hard brake, hairpin right, small cut.
Oh, here's a shame because Wall was, as I said,
And right 3 into left
was
4.
incredibly highly regarded. One of WRC's greatest drivers.
Into right 4,
A
medium,
two-time
into left
champion, and he came up in the 70s with the WRC.
5. Into right 5, tightens 4, wall out and left 5.
Came up at a
tightens
time when we
30.
had flying fins all over the place, such as Timo Mäkinen and
Caution,
Howdy
close, brake and
Turvinen. Of
left
course,
2, medium,
Henry
100.
Turvinen would be been in a rally
Left 4
this year
short, into right 3,
in
short,
1980, and a
80.
Talbot is first just after he turned 24.
Left 4, narrows, don't cut, into right 4, medium,
So those are the
tightens,
fins
into
off
left
by
3,
Hannu
into right 4, opens,
Mikkola,
narrows,
Wolf,
80.
Ari Vatanen as well. Where the flying fins and became popular as well in the 70s because they were just flying around the world winning rallies. Of course, there were quite quick like Swedes as well, like
Short, hard brake, into left 1, short,
Uwe
on the
Anderson,
bridge. Into left 1, short, 100.
Sting Blomqvist, who we forget was a bit of a journeyman before he found Audi and won his title in the
Right
80s.
5, keep into left 5, tightens, 100.
Of course, the first official Drivers' World Champion,
Right 4, into
Dawn
right 4,
Waldegard
small
as well.
cut.
In 1980,
Into left 5,
Waldegard and
tightens.
Mikko, who fought for that 79 crown, were fighting with Raw for this 1980 crown, but as I said, it wasn't much of a fight in the end. Raw won 4 rallies and stormed to the title, had over double the points, if I remember right, or kind of double the points of Mikko and Waldegard. Again, separate with just a point, but this time in a battle for second, and this time for Mikko, he and the bridesmaid once again.
Caution, right 2, into left 3, long, bumpy.
It was a bit of an unusual year though for Mikko and Waldegard because they drove multiple cars throughout the year. I mean, Mikko won 4 different cars, drove 4 different cars. He didn't run a rally, but he's consistently got him second as he drove a Ford Escort, a Porsche 911. I was thinking what else now, a Datsun as well. Right. And a Mercedes-Benz as well. This was Mercedes-Benz last foray into the WRC and their best as well, as they finished 4th in the manufacturer's crown behind Fiat, Datsun. I think it was Ford who came third with their Escort as well, with their lead driver Ari Vatanen. Of course, as I said, Vatanen was joined by Mikko, was joined by I think Waldegard as well. He drove like 3 different manufacturers' cars throughout the year. It was a different time back then, wasn't it?
Right 4 long into right 5, 100.
Utterly incredible. Oh no, it wasn't a Datsun that Mikko drove, it was a Toyota Celica I'm thinking of.
Caution, left 3, tightens, keep in.
I was thinking of Stig Blomqvist, he was driving a Saab as well.
5.
This championship, we had like Guy Frickin,
Right 4, don't cut.
he was co-driven by John Todt. They were driving a
Renault. Small cut.
Renault.
Into right 5.
The tournaments and the Talbot. We had so many different manufacturers in WRC in this period. Was this just before the big takeover of Group B?
Tightens, keep right.
Or the costs were too high. You
And caution.
see, basically, an ID Stratos kind of changed the game slightly, but you still had
And right 4, small cut into finish.
things like road cars. They're kind of amped up. I was talking too much. God damn it.
1, let's go.
Right, time to actually push it a bit.
Gravel. Into right 5 and left 4 short.
I believe I did this first time on the
Into caution, right 6, hard brake into hairpin left. Into left 4, into right 4 short, narrows.
in career mode. We had this.
And left 3 and right 3, opens, don't cut, 50.
But yeah, we had 16 different manufacturers count for the Manufacturers Championship
Left 3, small cut, 80.
this season, including even the likes of like Vauxhall.
Left 2,
We had
and right
Opel, we also had Vauxhall as well.
4. Into left 4, tightens long over crest.
Had the likes of like BMW as well. Not really renowned for rallying, of course,
And right
now,
3,
but
into left 4.
they had their pro car back then, which was
Into right 3,
a bit of a
double
beast
cut,
on
and left
tarmac.
5 long, tightens 4.
Such a
And right
different
5,
time back
narrows,
then.
and right 3.
I would love to just have one more
Into left 3,
manufacturer now in
don't touch, and
WRC,
right
yet
3
alone have
short.
16 of them battling for the ground.
And left 4, and right 3, 80.
And as I said, having drivers drive multiple different cars throughout the season as well. You know, we've seen it last year with like
Left 4,
Sunderland,
tightens,
for
into
example,
right
driving
5,
for Ford
200.
and Hyundai, but it's pretty rare nowadays for switches like that.
Hard brake, right 1, don't cut. And left 5 short, into square right, don't cut.
Well, this car only 230 horsepower, it says, or 220, but what
And left
kicks
5, tightens, rock in, into
it's
right
going a
6
bit
long,
when you
tightens,
reach
50.
like fourth gear. Right, let's concentrate a bit.
Left 5
We've done
over
enough
crest, rock in,
on about
into
how
right
good
6 long,
1980
over
was for
jump.
Walter Waldate. So the legend of the
Left 4, small cut,
WRC.
rock out, 150,
Already
over
covered
crest.
his other title win in 82. When he came out on top
Left
in an
5 tightens,
Opel
and right 5, medium.
ahead of everyone else. A rear-wheel drive car ahead of everyone
And
else.
left over crest, keep middle, into right 5,
One of the
very
last
long.
rear-wheel drive championship wins, but one that was built on consistency and just showed how good Wall was, because he was the driver who, as I said, didn't take part in every event. He didn't like taking part in
Right 5,
Sweden on the
downhill,
snow,
100.
by getting a podium there in 82, I think it was. Also a driver who
Left
didn't really
4,
like,
and right 6
didn't want to
long,
take part in
tightens,
Finland
80.
as well, because he didn't like the jumps, he didn't like the car being in the air. Not sure he liked my
Left 5,
driving either.
200.
And he didn't like the RAC rally.
5, narrows,
In fact, that's what he
250.
got him fired from Fiat,
Left 6, medium.
if I
and
remember
hard
right.
brake, hairpin
Because in
right, small
81, he
cut.
did not defend his crown. He had an outing for Porsche. But as I said, in 82, he
Right
did
3,
definitely win it
into
with
left 4.
Opel.
Into right 4, medium, into left 5.
Then he went to Audi. And actually, no, I was thinking he might have got
Into
fired
right
from.
5, tightens 4, wall
No, I
out,
think he got
and left
fired from
5, tightens,
Opel. Hang on, I'm
30.
trying to find the button for the wipers. There we go. Was sponsored by a cigarette company. He was a non-smoker, and he was like, "What's the point of me promoting cigarettes and I'm a non-smoker?" And yeah, they got him fired.
Left 4 short, into right 3 short, 80.
But yeah, I think it was from Opel he got fired from after winning the 82 crown. But yeah, he found his place in Audi, that super team, along with Nicola, with Mouton,
into right 4,
with
medium, tightens,
Blomqvist.
into left 3, into right 4, opens,
One of the
narrows,
best
80.
WRC teams of all time, that is. All champions.
Right 3
Mouton,
long,
maybe
into
not at
left 6.
WRC level, but was runner-up at WRC level. Like, utterly incredible.
And right 5 short, hard brake, into left 1 short, over bridge. Into left 1 short, 100.
Yeah, he did finish third in the championship in 85, did Rule. I know by that time he definitely come
Right
even
5,
more
into left
part-time.
5, tightens, 100.
And yeah, such a shame he didn't,
Right 4, into right 4,
as I said,
small
take part
cut.
in more rallies. Like,
Into left 5,
maybe
tightens.
could have earned another title or two for doing that. And that's part of the reason why he lost the 83 crown to Mikla, because Mikla took part in like every rally. But Raw just took part in, I think it was like
Right, into right
6
3, opens long,
rallies,
very
so
narrow,
only like,
30.
they missed quite a few. Same for Marco Allan as well, he could have won a couple more titles if he took part in more rallies
Right into left 4,
as
medium,
well.
30.
Or just had more luck.
Caution, right 2, into left 3 long, bumpy.
They're like Fernando Alonso in F1, he's like 2 or 3 races away from being a 5-time champ.
Into left 3, bumpy.
In
and
F1,
left
that's
3,
the same
don't
for
cut.
Marco Allan from being, maybe a 2-time champ.
Right 2, small cut, and left 2, medium, narrows.
Or just years. You know, as I said, he did win
Right 4 opens into right
the
3.
FO Drivers
tightens.
Cup, but didn't count for a full championship.
Into caution, left 2 opens.
Or FI
over
World
tarmac,
Championship.
50. Brake into hairpin right over gravel.
It feels like we're quicker here.
And left 4 into caution, left 3.
Everyone with their umbrellas up.
Left 2 tightens, 80.
Admiring this mastery behind the wheel.
Right 4 long.
If it
into
was
right
wall-to-wall
5,
driving,
100.
that is not my mastery.
Caution, left 3 tightens, keep in. And right 5. And left 4 short, into
So we're
right 4,
trying to
don't cut.
push it a bit, but
Into left 3, small cut.
you knew that we didn't have the best
Into
of
right
brakes.
5, into left 6, very long.
Makes the car slide a bit more
Brake
as
into right
well.
5, tightens, keep right.
We want to try and be smooth.
And caution, big jump, keep right. Caution, right 4, narrows over crest. And right 4, small cut into finish.
Come on, surely that's it. Hey, there we go. Second time lucky. So it was a Fiat 1-2 with Alan behind this. Freaking on the... Oh, it's in the Talbot, not the Peugeot. Getting advanced. Too advanced. I was thinking of Tote. He was Peugeot manager, wasn't he? Just a couple of years later. There's a Mercedes-Benz 450s with Odegaard and Carlson as well. And Anderson making it a Swedes. 456 and his Toyota Celica as well. But what a fun car to drive, actually, that Fiat 131 had a bit of punch, as I said, especially in the top gears. It's wary of the fog, wall-to-wall, carefully studied, and we gone to the special stage to extent. They, down in his hotel room, stopped watching hand going through the route in his mind. The final time he came up with was very close to what he achieved in the real thing. Next day, the Eden and a fog of dust and real fog all won the stage and the Rally to Portugal. By the end of the season, he clinched his first WRC drivers title. And as I said, he didn't defend it the next year. Instead, already mentioned his name, along Finn in a Ford Escort with David Richards alongside him co-driving, and another guy who's gone on to great things in team management. In Rally Finland in 1981, we saw Ive Vatanen take the lakes. As I said, he took the crown by the end of the season as well. Well, let's see what we can do around jumps and high speed off Finland, which Waterwood did not like next time. So thanks for watching, and let's see how we go then.